I stole back the book I donated after my teacher mocked me in front of the class. In elementary, after a scholastic book fair, my classroom teacher was accepting books donated to the class, and of 5 books I got at the book fair, I put one in the donate box. I did think it was cool to see my own book on the shelf in class. My teacher was kind of an older woman, looking back, I'd guess probably mid-60s. And she was crotchety. I generally liked her, but I always liked all my teachers. I was a good kid because of crippling anxiety, lol. But a few weeks after the book fair, I was going to take an AR reading test, and I was in this reading group that got pulled from class. And so I read different things than the rest of the class, and I was supposed to just take my tests during class time when I finished my other work. So I was used to just going to the computer and doing it. So I asked this kid, Lucas, if I could use the computer after him. And when he finished his test, I did mine for a different book. I guess either hadn't processed whatever the teacher said when I was doing my own reading since I did separate assignments, or wasn't there when she said it, a deck. But after my test, she looked at me and held up a notepad of names and announced to everyone that there was a cheater in the class who cut off everyone in the line. It turns out the class was taking their test on the book they were reading. But I didn't know there was a list to sign up for the computer because I wasn't even taking that test. I told her I didn't mean to. Like literally, it was an innocent mistake, and also this was 3rd grade, and I literally started crying right there. But she still told everyone I'd be getting detention for being a liar. And she wrote me a pink slip for detention the next day, and I had to take it home to my parents, and I was so ashamed of it. It felt so terrible in the moment that I remember it 20 years later. The next week during recess, she asked me to get some papers from her desk to bring out to her, because she knew I was still the same obedient kid with anxiety, and so I did it. And the room was empty, and I noticed my book on the shelf by the desk, and I snatched it and hid it in my backpack. And I also took a pretty pen from her desk. I actually felt so guilty about it afterward, especially because I didn't even read it after taking it home because I felt too bad, so I didn't even appreciate the book. But at least probably no one ever even noticed. Mrs. Cotter, also for not letting me eat Thanksgiving feast with everybody else in 1st grade. BC, I forgot my mat in the room. F you for that too. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.